What is up, everybody? We have a slew of news to go through in this news bit. We, of course, got the unfortunate confirmation surrounding where Bleach is going to air in the West. We have some slightly funny Lycoris Recoil news, as well as some updates on the Neon Genesis Evangelion franchise. And finally, Kaguya-sama Love is War film. We got a date for the series in Japan. So if you're interested in this news or more, stay tuned. Let's kick things off with the one that everybody is obviously wanting to know about, or possibly already know, but I want to make sure everybody is clued in, because I've done several videos on this, and I did not want to do a whole nother video just for this, because I'm tired of talking about it at this point. But yes, Viz Media has finally come out and made a tweet to state that yes, Bleach will be airing or streaming in the West on Hulu. Yes, Disney got it. It's confirmed at this point. Disney has Bleach. So if you're anywhere outside the US, it apparently is going to be streaming on Disney platforms or affiliated platforms, but in the United States, Hulu will be streaming the series. Of course, Hulu is a part of Disney, so that makes perfect sense. But yes, they have confirmed it will be streaming on October 10th, the day of the series release in Japan at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So there you go. Get your subscription for Hulu back up, or do whatever you want to do. I don't care. I don't care at this point. I'm just done with talking about Bleach and where it possibly ends. I'm happy that they didn't wait until the actual date. I think it was October 8th they were going to do the premiere of it. I'm glad we didn't have to wait till then. It's like, just thank goodness we finally have announced it. We can move on with our lives. So there you have it. That's the news. Let's move forward. Let's move away from this whole situation. Moving on, the official website for Neon Genesis Evangelion has revealed that the Blu-ray and DVD release of the film 3.0 plus 1.11 will include a bonus video. This is titled Evangelion 3.0 minus 46H, which I'm assuming is 46 hours. I believe they did a manga or something like that that was minus 180 minutes or something like that, which is apparently a prequel story. So if that makes sense, that means that like this is going to be before the film 3.0 minus 46 hours before it. So Studio Kara has already confirmed on Twitter they are currently producing a bonus video. So as I stated before, this isn't it for Evangelion. They're going to keep releasing crap, but of course that's probably something they're putting to the film so they can sell Blu-rays. So hopefully we can get that from some method rather than having to wait for the Blu-ray, but we'll have to wait and see. Moving on, Kadokawa has revealed a promo video revealing that the second season of Kankali is to premiere on November 3rd. Again, I don't believe this thing exists, but we'll see. November 3rd, we'll see if Kankali, this second season, truly does exist. Moving on, HIDIVE has expanded their fall 2022 lineup even more for streaming. We also have the addition of Bibliophile Princess, as well as another one that I predicted, which is Akiba Maid War. Yes, that will be on HIDIVE, and I'm kind of happy about that. I cannot wait for that series. It looks absolutely bonkers, and good to see that it's on HIDIVE. Again, that HIDIVE is still staying in the fight. For our next news bit, this one's a little bit funny. Yeah, the Lycoris Recoil, the official website, has announced that the illustrations that were featured in episode 11 have been replaced on all streaming platforms. This also includes Crunchyroll. If you go to watch it on Crunchyroll right now, it's changed. But yes, for those that don't know, during each episode, whenever they get to the commercial breaks, you'll see these little illustrations, and it'll cut off and it'll cut back in, and then it continues the episode. But this particular illustration featured both Chisato and Takina smoking spider lilies. And apparently the production committee went, "Whoa, that's bad. we can't have children mimicking them doing that with poses or whatever." You know, people will obviously see something artistic like that and they'll want to reproduce it for cosplay or something like that. And they didn't want that to happen because, yes, spider lilies are poisonous, especially if you burn it, I think. So that's not something they want to have people reproduce, and then they're going to get sued for it, so they decided to change the illustration on all streaming platforms. What's cool, I guess, for all the, I hated the fact that they didn't do Yuri the way that I wanted in this series. What's cool is that the illustrations they replaced it with was Chisato smelling Takana's hair, so there you go. But no, what makes this really funny and interesting, obviously the idea of kids putting spider lilies in their mouth is not a good thing. But what's really dumb about this is they're claiming they did this because they don't want people to mimic it. But it's still in the intro. So if you watch the intro, it actually shows those two arts in the intro, very briefly. But when they were asked, hey, why is this still here? They said, oh, well, we want to retain the artist's intent that was in the OP. As opposed to the illustrations that were in the episode. You can't retain. This one you must retain. Let's just admit that you don't want to change every single episode on all streaming platforms. Just say that. This is easier to replace. That's not. You care here but not here because it's too expensive. Anyways, it's all dumb. It's all really dumb. I mean, my initial argument was, okay, so you're upset that people will mimic doing that with spider lilies. The show is about girls shooting people. Why is that okay? Like, this is the thing you don't want them to mimic. Everything else, sure. Explosions and all that other stuff, that's perfectly... All the violence that's in this series, that's perfectly fine. Please mimic that, but not the spider lily thing. I understand this is going to be something that people will mimic. This other stuff, obviously nobody's going to mimic, but... hopefully. Moving on, the official website for The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten has released a promo video and a new key art for the series. And the promo video has revealed a January 2022 debut, so it will be a winter series. It looks really cute. I'm not sure about the premise so far. Seems pretty simple. Like, guy helps girl with umbrella in rain, and suddenly she decides to live her entire life for him, but we'll see. There's probably some backstory, like she actually knows him from childhood and she's been doki doki for him forever, but we'll see. It looks cute, though. Moving on, a new website and Twitter account has been opened to announce the anime adaptation of Kawaii Tsugi Crisis manga. The English title is Too Cute Crisis. It is going to be done by Studio Synergy SP, and the release date already is set for sometime in 2023. The synopsis is the sci-fi comedy follows Lisa Luna, who has been dispatched to Earth by the space empire Azatos. At first, she thought that it would be fine to destroy the Earth since it has a low level of civilization. However, after stopping at a cafe, she encounters a cat and is shocked by her cuteness. So, thank you, cats, for existing because you staved off the destruction of the world. Moving on, the official website for Kaguya-sama Love is War has announced the film's The First Kiss Never Ends will be debuting in winter of 2023 in Japanese theaters. They also released a new visual for it, so super excited for that. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to come over to the West, so good stuff. Our next bit, the official website for Devil is a Part-Timer has announced the series will be getting a sequel in 2023, so not too far away. They also released a visual for it as well. Kind of looking forward to this. I didn't enjoy the second season all that much, but it did leave on a really high note. So I'm kind of hoping that we'll transition into the next season. And yes, technically that they will get a better budget and fix the character designs. It still drives me crazy. Moving on, Bandai Namco has announced during a Gundam conference autumn 2022 that Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch from Mercury will have a second core in April of 2023. So yes, this means that it will be more than just a single season within fall, and it will continue on, but it's going to skip the winter 2023 season, having a split core going into spring. Now, obviously, the question that I and many other people have is this going to be like a 25, 26 episode series like Reconquista G, or will this be one that's going to go for 4 total cores? You know, your standard Gundam series length, about 50 episodes, but we'll have to wait and see. But at least we know that it's going to at least be 2 core. Moving on, the official website for Kingdom Manga has announced that the series will be getting a 5th anime season adaptation, and it's going to be premiering in January 2024. Again, I want to repeat, 2024. So don't expect it, within about 3 months. It's going to be another following year. So that is definitely a series that at this point, I really need to get onto that series. It just keeps going and people love it. And I've completely missed the boat, and I need to get caught up and check out that series because I've heard nothing but good things about it. Next bit, getting in some visual novel news, we have Frontwing has revealed a new project called Ginka. This is a game that's set to debut on PC in 2023. Now, the interesting thing is that we have a returning team from Atri My Dear Moments. We have both Asta Kano is going to be in charge of pinning the scenario, as well as Yusano is going to be in charge of the character design. So if you enjoyed Atri My Dear Moments, definitely expect the same pedigree there for this next Front Wing project. Moving on, during an encouragement of Climb Next Summit Autumn Fest 2022 event, it was announced that the anime will be getting a console game. At least specifically say a consumer game, which is typically for home console and portable systems, so not like mobile games. So definitely looking forward to that. I absolutely adore the Encouragement of Climb series. I'm actually looking forward to watching the first episode of the Next Summit series here in a minute, but definitely looking forward to that. Next bit, we have Spike Chunsoft has announced that they are canceling the PC via Steam release of Chaos Head Noah game. And this is mainly because they've stated that, you know, trying to get the game within the guidelines of Steam has kind of left it in a state that it will be not to their standards. So another game killed by Steam's, yes, you can argue hypocritical guidelines that they rules for thee, not for me kind of mentality there. So unfortunate for Chaos Head Noah game. Hopefully this still means that they will be releasing it elsewhere, because they're just saying that it's canceling the PC via Steam. So that's still hopeful there, but it's still unfortunate that, once again, we have another example of Steam being harsh for Japanese games and not for anywhere else, because from what I understand, Chaos Head's really graphic, but at the same time, every other violent game's perfectly fine on the platform. And finally, our last bit of news, the official website for Dropkick on My Devil TV anime has announced that the anime will be getting a crowdfunding project for its future OVA. Now, to be more specific, what their goal in the overall franchise is to produce a 4th full season. However, they have explained that the cost for making a full season of the series is about $2 million, and they don't really have that. They don't have that capital to get 2 million USD equivalent. So the goal in their next crowdfunding project is to raise $200,000 USD to fund a single OVA. And from that point on, if they can raise an additional $200,000, they will produce another episode. And if they keep acquiring more and more to enough to make 12 episodes, they will make it a full 4th season and release it and broadcast it. Now, for those who don't know, this is something that they've been doing for quite a while. Dropkick on My Devil, when they produced the Dropkick on My Devil X series, the 3rd season, they also crowdfunded that one as well, and it seems like they also got some money from some districts, because there was a lot of district advertising in there. But I don't know, it's one of those things of like, I'd rather it happen than not, so hopefully they'll get some more Hatsune Miku money. And we'll see Hatsune Miku in there as well, but we'll have to wait and see. But that's it. That's all the news for this news bit. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. Comment. Let me know what's the most interesting news in this news bit for you. Is it finally being done with the whole question mark of what's happening to Bleach? Is it getting more Evangelion? Let me know. I definitely appreciate your guys' comment, and it does definitely help us out getting our video out there. Additionally, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you get all my content. I do news, reviews, first impressions, top lists. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. Additionally, if you want to support us more, we have a Patreon link, a tips link, and a super thanks button down below. A special shout out to Edward Hernandez, who has increased their Patreon support for us. We greatly appreciate everybody's support, and y'all take care.